COVID-19. But we have to read attentively so that today we are in a classroom and it's ঘরে বসে শিখি। শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, আমরা ঘরে বসে শিখিতে এসেছি, ইংরেজি বিষয় পড়ব। So today I am appearing here for the students of class 4 and today I like to take English for today of class 4 students. শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, আমি এসেছি চতুর্থ শ্রেণীর শিক্ষার্থীদের ইংরেজি বিষয় পড়াতে। At very first I like to introduce myself. This is Rupa Mollik Rupu, assistant teacher, TNT Gate Government Primary School, Khagrachari. At very first, let we sing a song, We Shall Overcome. Dear student, we shall overcome COVID-19. So, let's sing the song. We shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, we do believe that we shall overcome someday. Again, we shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, we do believe that we shall overcome someday. Dear student, অনেক ভালো লেগেছে তাই না? My dear student, in my last class I have discussed before you about use of capital letters, use of punctuation marks. এখন আমি দেখব সেগুলো তোমাদের মনে আছে কিনা। Now I am going to write some sentence before you, and dear student, you have to write this sentence in your exercise book. Let us start. Dear student, look at this sentence. Number 1. Do you enjoy school? Yes, I do. My dear student, look at this sentence. I have write, do you enjoy school? Yes, I do. Is this sentence is correct? এই বাক্যটা কি ঠিক আছে শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা? Yes, you are right. It's not correct because there is no capital letter, no punctuation mark in this sentence, and we have to write it in this way that D, capital D, that is do you enjoy school? And it's a question, so we have to use a question mark after finish this sentence, and our answer is yes, comma, I do. My dear student, I write, do you enjoy school? First letter of do is D, it's capital D. It's capital D. So dear student, after finish this sentence, I use a punctuation mark and it's question mark. And when I give an answer, that time I use a capital letter at very first, and it's Y, capital letter Y. Here I use a comma because we have learned that we have to use comma, yes or no, full stop. Okay, again I like to write another sentence before you. আমি এটি মুছে ফেলছি শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা। আমি আরেকটি সেন্টেন্স লিখব, তোমরাও আমার সাথে সাথে সেন্টেন্সটি খাতায় লিখে নাও। Bokulpur Government Primary School. My dear students, look at this sentence. I write, what is the name of your school? And I also write, it is called Bokulpur Government Primary School. My dear student, is this sentence is right or is it correct? Can you answer me? Yes, I think you can answer me. And this sentence is not right in a correct form. If we have to write it in a correct form, we have to use capital letter and punctuation mark. So we have to write capital W before start this sentence. First word is what, and it starts with a capital letter. It's W. Then what is the name of your school? It is a question. The sentence is a question. So we have to give a question mark. শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা তোমরা লিখছো তো? ওকে, যখন আমরা উত্তর লিখব, that time we also need to use a capital letter at very first. So it will capital I at very first. It is a sentence and it is a word and I is a capital letter. Then Bokulpur is a name. We know if when we start a name, that time we have to write a capital letter. So Bokulpur is a name, school name. So we have to use a capital letter, capital B. Before write Bokul, we have to write capital B. Bokulpur Government Primary School. It is an answer, and after an answer, we have to use a full stop. My dear student, now it is in a correct form. Okay. So dear student, our today's lesson is right oil 4. আমরা আজকে শিখব right oil 4 and it's unit 27 lesson 1 to page number 54. My dear student, please open your book, page number 54. Dear student, this is our today's lesson, right oil 4. Everybody please open it. Look at the picture, dear student. Look at this picture. There is a blackboard, a calendar in the wall. There is a teacher and 3 students. In this picture, we can see a teacher, 3 students, a blackboard and a calendar. Dear student, so it's time to discuss about the passage or our today's lesson. Everybody look at your book. In your book, here is a dialogue. You can see a dialogue. আমরা একটি dialogue দেখতে পাচ্ছি. And dear student, try to read this dialogue. Is this dialogue in a correct form? Dialogue-টা কি সঠিকভাবে লেখা আছে? একটু দেখো তো তোমরা. আমি এখন ডায়লগটি পড়ব, তোমরা একটু শোনো. Munir, is Hasna Hena a teacher? Nipa, yes she is. Dear student, these sentences are not in the correct form. There is no capital letter, no punctuation marks. Because, so that we can read it in a right form. আমরা punctuation mark ব্যবহার না করলেও কিন্তু কোনো সেন্টেন্স সঠিক সুরে পড়তে পারবো না. So if we set the capital letter and the punctuation marks in this dialogue, that time it will write. So ভাবে লিখতে চাই, that time we have to use a capital letter at very first. So this is capital I. Is a word, and this I is a capital I. Is Hasna. Before write a name, we have to use capital letter. So Hasna is a name, first part of a name, and we have to use capital H here. Dear student, it's Hannah, the last name of anyone or any person or the teacher. So we have to write a capital letter here, and it's capital H, my dear students. Is Hasna Hannah a teacher? And it is a question. Is Hasna Hannah a teacher? It's a question. So we have to use a question mark after this sentence. Here is a question mark. Then Nipa says, yes, she is. So dear student, we have to use a capital letter here. And yes is a word, and the first letter is Y. And we have to use capital Y. After yes, what we have to use, dear student? Yes, we have to use a comma. We have to use a comma, and after finish the sentence, we have to use full stop. Next sentence, Munir, what does she teach? What does she teach? It's a question, and we have to use a capital letter at very first. So W is in a small letter, and we have to write a capital W. Okay, and it is a it is a question, and after finish this sentence, we have to use a yes question mark, and it's a question mark. Now next sentence, Nipa says, she teaches English. She teaches English. So at very first, we have to use a capital letter, and the capital letter is capital S. And what we have to use at last? Punctuation mark. So she teaches English. After this sentence, we have to use English. We have to use capital E, because English is a subject here, and it's a name of a subject. So that we have to use capital E, and after this sentence, we have to use a punctuation mark, and it's a full stop. Then next word, Munir says, where does she teach? My dear learners, where does she teach? We have to make it in correct form. So dear students, here W is in small letter, and we have to use a capital letter, capital W. Then where does she teach? It is a question, so we have to use a question mark, and it's question mark. Next sentence, Nipa says, at a primary school in Dhaka, and at very first here is a small letter A. We have to use a capital letter, and the capital letter is capital A, dear students. And Dhaka is our capital city. Before write Dhaka, we have to use capital D. Dear student, after finish this sentence, we have to use a full stop. So next sentence, does Hasna Hannah like teaching? Does Hasna Hannah like teaching? My dear students, we have to use a capital letter, and it's capital D. Hasna Hannah is a name. আমরা প্রথমেই পড়ে ফেলেছি, নামের জন্য অবশ্যই ক্যাপিটাল লেটার ব্যবহার করতে হয়। সো punctuation mark. What is the mark? Mark is a question mark. Then Nipa says, yes, she does. Yes, she does. So dear student, what we will have to do? Which letter will be changed? This is the small letter and we have to change it. And it will be capital Y. And what can we use after yes? We have to use comma. Yes, she does. At last we have to use a full stop. Then next sentence, Munir says, is she a good teacher? Is she a good teacher? It's a question, and at very first we have to use a capital I. Capital I, and at last we have to use a question mark so that it make a sentence. Is she is a good teacher? At last Nipa says, yes, she is a wonderful teacher. Yes, she is a wonderful teacher. So at very first we have to use a capital letter and a capital Y. And yes, she আশ্চর্য করে খুব চমৎকার একটু বিস্মিত হয়ে বলেছে yes. So who is punctuation mark we have to use now? You're right, we have to use a exclamation mark after yes. Then we have to start with capital letter and it's S, capital S. And after this sentence we have to use a exclamation mark again. So my dear student, this is the right form of this dialogue. Now I like to discuss it again with gist. আমি বাংলায় তোমাদেরকে আবার বুঝিয়ে দিচ্ছি. Is Munir says, is Hasna Hena a teacher? Hasna Hena কি একজন শিক্ষক? Then Nipa says, yes, she is. হ্যাঁ, তিনি শিক্ষক. Then Munir says, what does she teach? Munir বলেছে তিনি কি বিষয় পড়ান? কি পড়ান? Then Nipa says, she teaches English. ইংরেজি পড়ান. Munir says, where does she teach? তিনি কোথায় পড়ান? Nipa says, at a primary school in Dhaka. তিনি ঢাকায় একটি প্রাথমিক বিদ্যালয়ে পড়ান. Munir says, does Hasna Hena like teaching? Hasna Hena কি পড়াতে পছন্দ করেন? Nipa says, yes, she does. হ্যাঁ, তিনি করেন. Then Munir says, is she a good teacher? তিনি কি একজন ভালো শিক্ষক? Then Nipa says, yes, হ্যাঁ, she is a wonderful teacher. তিনি একজন চমৎকার শিক্ষক. My dear student, I think now you have understand the dialogue, how we have to write this dialogue. We have to write this by using capital letters and punctuation marks. Okay, dear student? Now, let's count how many capital letter, how many punctuation marks in this dialogue. Look at this dialogue, dear student. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17 capital letters. We have used 17 capital letters. Then there is 1, then 2, only 2 commas. Then here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 question mark. 5 question marks. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Dear student, here is 4 full stop and 1, 2. Only 2 exclamation mark. Now I have a gap. Fill in the gap. 5 fill in the blanks here. We have to count the capital letters and punctuation marks. আমরা capital letter এবং punctuation mark গুলো গণনা করে বসাবো. আমরা তো গণনা করেছি, এখন আমরা বসাবো. Number 1, there are dash capital letters. Dear students, how many capital letters we have count? We have count 17 capital letters. 2, there are dash commas. How many commas, my dear students? Can you guess? Yes, here is only 2 commas. Only 2 commas. Then number 3, there are dash full stop. My dear student, how many full stop? Can you guess? Okay, there is only 4 full stop. Then there are number 4, there are dash question marks. How many question marks, my dear students? Do you guess the answer? Yes, here is only 5 question marks. And at last, number 5, there are dash exclamation marks. How many exclamation marks? Yes, you are right. Here is 2 exclamation marks. Now, dear student, look at your textbook. Here is a question, pair work number B. Here is number B. 5 questions, and now we have to answer these questions. Okay? Ask and answer question. First question, how many questions are there in the dialogue? How many questions, dear student? Yes, here is 5 questions. 5টি প্রশ্ন ছিল, so 5 question marks. The next question, how many commas are there? কতগুলো কমা ছিল? আমরা শূন্যস্থানেও দেখেছি. There is 2 commas. The next question, how many exclamation marks are there? কতগুলো exclamation marks ছিল? Only 2 exclamation marks. Then how many full stop are there? There are only 4 full stops. Dear students, last one is how many capital letters are there? And I think you can answer easy. Fill in the blanks using these punctuation marks and letters. আমরা এই punctuation mark আর letter গুলো দিয়ে শূন্যস্থানটা পূরণ করব. ড্যাশ দিয়ে আমি শুরু করেছি. Dear learner, we have to write capital W for what? What are they talking about? And it's a question, so we have to use a question mark. Then number 2, Hasna Hena is a teacher, so we have to use a after this sentence. Number 3, yes, dash she is. What will be the punctuation mark? It's comma. Then number 4, she is a wonderful teacher. And after this sentence, we have to use a exclamation marks. My dear student, I think you can understand this fill in the blanks. Now today's one word, and it's wonderful. Dear students, WON, DER, FUL, full, that is wonderful. And wonderful, its Bengali meaning is chamatkar. My dear students, I like to make a sentence, and it's Cox's Bazar is a wonderful tourist spot. Dear student, now it's time to give you a home task. Write activity A from your textbook using capital letters and punctuation marks. Dear students, you have to write this. You have to write this dialogue with use the capital letters and punctuation marks. এই ডায়ালগটা তোমরা ক্যাপিটাল লেটার এবং পাংচুয়েশন মার্কস ব্যবহার করে লিখবে. এটা তোমাদের বাড়ি কাজ. So dear student, today we have what we have learned today. We have learned about use of capital letter and some punctuation marks. Dear student, for electricity problem, I cannot show you of full class. কারেন্ট চলে গেছে তাই তোমাদেরকে পুরো ক্লাসটা ভালোভাবে দেখাতে পারিনি, দুঃখিত। Dear student, I will appearing before you with another topic, another day. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Allah Hafiz.